Hello, I'm here in East Gippsland in Sarsfield and viewing some of the fire affected areas. I'm with Andrew Naylor, who's the Partnership Development Pastor for the Baptist Union of Victoria.
Yeah, we're just here to come and listen to the pastors from both Bairnsdale and Lakes Entrance Church, just to hear how they're responding to the crisis that has come through this area recently. As you can see, the fires have ripped through some of these places and caused some tremendous devastation. And so these guys are responding in amazing ways, and we're really pleased to be part of doing that as a community.
It's such a joy to be able to come to this area and to say to them that you have all been supporting, and to say that there are funds available that we want to use. So we just want to say thank you to everyone who's contributed to our Baptist community. Thank you for your generosity. Hello, it's Jonathan Stark, again down here with another bushfire update, and we're talking with, here I've got Robert Heyman, who's a regional pastor for the East. We've got also the interim pastor at Bairnsdale Baptist, Jeff Pegler, and we've also got Jeff Freiberg, who's actually the youth pastor, but also doing the administration in the response. And we'd just love you to talk a little bit about that. How has the church been responding in this time?
Well, Jonathan, one of the initial things which has been thrilling for me is to see the way our church has responded to the immediate need. We've managed to man one of the refuge centres and do a lot of the cooking and arrangements there. And out of that has come some further response into the community, which is still unwinding now as we go further into the recovery mode of the bushfire.
Great. And Jeff, you've been administering and got some youth involved. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
One of the privileges of the Relief Centre was to actually be able to get the youth involved with cooking for the community and helping serve and all of that. And then as we go into the next phase where we start to clear some fences and look at the rebuilding fences and cleaning up properties, getting the youth, but also getting the whole church involved with volunteering and working together. It's going to be fantastic.
Rob, we've been listening about how we can help in the future. That's one of the biggest challenges for us when we think about spending the funds.
Yeah, it is. It's one of knowing where to spend the funds, and how we can administer the generosity of the Union of Churches has been fantastic, and it's going to enable these churches that we're visiting and supporting to be able to get out into the community with some resources to be able to be really practical in supporting their families and the businesses that have been affected.
We're here now with Michael Carlisle, who's the pastor at Lakes Entrance, and with William Florence, also from Lakes Entrance. And we just thought we'd ask them about their responses through these really devastating times. How has it impacted, and how's the response been from you? What's your involvement there?
Look, Lakes and the surrounding districts right up through all Boston, right through the easternmost point of Malakuta, has just been horrendous really for our communities, and we've been on the ground with folks since really the night before as people were anticipating what would come, and then we were on the ground for the morning after, and just turning out to community where people had sort of fought the fire through the night and survived it, but many of their houses, 11 houses in a community of maybe about 25 houses just gone. And that's just very hard for people to pick themselves up out of all of that. So we've been out there. The Lakes Church has a group called Blokes on Bikes, and we travelling around, usually most Wednesdays, morning anyway, and a lot of those guys, some of them don't even come to church, but they've been linking in with the church to go out and lend a hand and roll up fences and pull down, what's left of people's sheds so that people can get in and salvage what they can. And it's been a phenomenal response by people both in the community, in the church, and also the wider church, which we're so grateful for.
Great. And Will, you've been involved. How have you been part of this?
Yeah, so I live up in the fire-affected area in the neighbouring community to the one that Michael described. And I'm a former forestry firefighter. I've worked for 5 years as a firefighter in the area. I've seen a lot of burnt stuff. Family farm has been impacted in previous years. And so it's not new in that sense, but this was really shocking. The scale of this was phenomenal. as we've started to get into areas and visit friends and contacts and neighbours, some have lost a lot more than us. We were able to save our place and one of our neighbours on the night. But since to see just how the forest has been cremated by the fire has been amazing, shocking, and to hear stories of how people actually survived. And a lot of that's just been going and visiting people. And you know, a guy just the other day who I'd visited on Saturday night, I didn't know him. A neighbour had mentioned that he was up there and could need a hand, so we went back and visited him on Monday, and he just leant on the window of the car for 3/4 of an hour just telling his story and how much he appreciated having us there. They don't know what to do yet. They just got no idea. You know, they haven't got any stock to feed, some of them, because they all died. Some of them have homes, some of them don't. And they just don't know what to do beyond trying to survive the next day at this point. So really trying to find how to help is beyond just hearing their stories. It's going to be a long process.
And Michael, it wasn't only those who were burnt out that are impacted by this. You know, Lakes, there's a general impact. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, Lakes doesn't have any burnt country. The town looks fine. But with the evacuation orders, with the emergency warnings, which were right and good, Lake's emptied of people, emptied of tourists, and so the businesses of Lakes Entrance, Paynesville, Orbost Marlow, Buchan, you know, the income that is really their primary income for the year is just evaporated as people had to leave. So there are many businesses who are just wondering, well, where do we go from here and how do we survive? Now they're not burnt physically, but they're burnt, and it's finding out how to walk with them as well in this. What we've found with people who are fire affected, very directly fire affected, they've just appreciated people like William, myself, others, just calling in and saying, how you doing? And having a cup of tea and having a yarn and then turning up again next week and then the week after, and they don't know what they need at the beginning. They haven't got a clue, but now they're just starting to work out, well, yeah, you could help us with this or that. And it's the same with business. They didn't expect this. They expected a great summer, and just walking with them, it's a case of taking the time in the relationship to work out how we can help.
I'm here with Vivian. She's come today to help us as we think about how we can help those who have been affected by the bushfires. And you've got some pretty unique experience in that, Vivian. How have you been affected?
Yeah, 9 years ago I lost my home in a bushfire just in East Gippsland.
Wow.
So now I can go out now and speak to the people on the ground and I understand exactly where they're coming from. And they tend to communicate more once they know that you've been through the same thing.
Oh, I reckon they would. And so that 9 years ago, someone from Lakes Entrance Baptist came.
Well, after the fire, there's just so many people coming. There's police, there's SES, there's CFA, whatever. And then this other car came up and I thought, oh, who is this now? And this chap got out and it was Michael Karloff and Lakes Entrance Baptist Church. And I was immediately drawn to him. Yeah, my life changed that day.
Wow. And that was the start of your journey?
Yeah, it certainly was, yeah.
And you're still at the church?
Yeah, 9 years later, yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So God can use even these tragedies to move.
Yeah, I lost material things, but I gained a lot more with the Lakes Entrance Baptist Church family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you, Vivian. You're going to be a great help.